Hi, Scott Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to another episode of I Have This Gun on the Wall auction scores. There's a story to this one. If you saw the header, you know it's about an old Smith & Wesson 455 revolver. So before I tell you the story and how I came across this and what I learned, let me do some close-ups. We'll move in for close-ups. We moved in close so I can show you some of the marks that are pretty important on this gun. First of all, right here you have your Smith & Wesson 455 original engravings, and then above that you have your caliber 45 SW. I'm assuming that was made by Smith & Wesson and roll marked on there when the actual caliber of the gun is 45 long Colt. But the important things on this side are the Canadian acceptance marks here and here. If you give me a second, I have to reposition the gun because there's some other markings that I would like you to show you. This is the burial motherfucker. I rolled the gun over. This is the serial number on the base of the barrel right here. Give me another second. I'm going to try to reposition it to show you a different serial number or an additional serial number. It's the same number. I rotated the gun around so you can see it's the butt facing towards us, open the cylinder, and to show you the serial number that's factory engraved on the back of the cylinder to show you that this gun wasn't shaved. This gun was made in 45 long Colt. Give us a minute or two. A second to you guys in YouTube. I am going to take the grips off so I can show you the frame serial number. I've taken the grips off. You can see the factory serial number for the frame. You can also see where the lanyard loop was when the gun was originally built before somebody changed out to the target grips. Hopefully I'll be able to put that lanyard loop back in here and get an original set of grips. I have one other thing to show you up close and then we'll be moving out. Please hold on for another second. This is a close-up of, I believe it's called a Wonder Sight, that is added with this screw and makes it adjustable. I don't believe that since this gun is so old and it's a 4-screw model, that hole was there anyway. They just used a different screw. There you have it. Let's move back out. Hey, you just saw it up close and you saw the markings. Now let me tell you the rest of the story. First of all, auction. Scott's, as usual, Scott's kind of paying attention but not paying attention, and I'm doing it on a phone. And I saw Smith & Wesson 455 Mark II. They're quite valuable, you know, 1,000, 1,500, whatever. And I'm like, wow, this one's at $200. Maybe I should bid on it. So I bid on it. I didn't really look at the description. So I won it for, I think, $300 plus auction fees, say $350, $360 including shipping. And I get it, and I'm like, what the f did I buy? First of all, if you saw the close-ups, you could see that it's got some pitting especially under the grip. On the back strap, it's pitted. And then I was reading about the 455 and how these guns, when they came back in the United States, nobody had 455 ammunition, so a lot of them were converted to either 45 auto rim or 45 ACP using the half moon clips or 45 long Colt. I'm like, well, obviously since it has the aftermarket sight and I showed you the roll stamp, it says caliber 45 Smith & Wesson. I'm like, well, somebody did something to it. I'm gonna check it out. The 45 half moon clips don't work. 45 auto rim doesn't work. 45 long Colt, as you're going to see, drops right in. So does 45 Schofield. So now I'm befuddled because everything I can read about 45 long Colt, they have to shave the back of the casing here for the rims to clear, and they open up the chambers. Well, you saw in the close-ups the serial number's intact. So I called a buddy of mine, Greg, who's a kind of an old-time revolver guru, and he works for a guy that's even more of a revolver guru. And we start looking. And he came over and we spent a good hour and a half. And we noticed the 2 marks that you already know are Canadian proof marks, but we didn't know, our acceptance marks, we didn't know they were Canadian. We thought they might be British because the 455 was a British round. All said and done. This gun, to the best of my knowledge, is one of 700 that was sent to Canada for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They were made by Smith & Wesson in 45 long Colt. They took their 455 Mark IIs and put in a 45 long Colt factory cylinder out of like a Model 25. That's why this gun has the serial number on the back, as you've already seen. Now, I know Nick has never shot one of these, because I've never shot one of these. I didn't even know these things existed until I won it in the auction. So, let's take it outside. I'll get on the fence post. Nick and I both fired the gun with 45 long Colt. I have 2 rounds of 45 Schofield left. So I'm going to load these things in randomly and not tell Nick the order they're in, and see if he can pick out a difference between 45 Schofield and 45 long Colt. I don't even know what order they're going to come up in, so you might get 45 Schofield first. There you go. Hooking on fence post. Alright. Let's see how this runs.
There's a very clear difference.
You just saw us shooting it. We only shot, what, 18 rounds?
Yeah, because
you shot 6, I shot 6.
6, and then the 2 with the Schofields.
Yeah. What did you think?
It's a really nice piece. It's 45 long Colt, so it does jolt a little bit in my hand. I'm not used to shooting such a big caliber out of a handgun until you snuck 2 Schofield rounds in there, and then it pitted out. But the grips feel really nice. I have to hold it a little weird because I'm so used to shooting all the
semi-automatic.
Yeah, the semi-automatic handguns you've been letting me shoot. So I needed to hold it a little bit further down. But
the funny thing is, as you can see that, and I'm sure you saw in the close-ups of everybody out there, there's a ridge here. When you grab this gun, because it's a target grip, it forces you to put your thumb right where it needs to be. Because if you go too low, you're going to be on it instead of above it.
Yeah.
And what that does is that gets you, by holding the target grip the right way, it puts this literally right into the webbing of your hand. This gun is incredibly tight. It doesn't have any rattle. It lockup is perfect. It's got a lot of finish wear, but I think it became, obviously it's got target grips on it, became a match pistol somewhere along the line because somebody put these adjustable sights on it. But you did notice the difference between 45 Schofield and...
Easily.
Yeah, you should be able to notice the difference on the tape, because they only had 2 rounds.
Yep.
And it was like bang, poof. It was like, it barely made a thunk when it hit the plate.
Yep.
But he hit, on the last one, I think he hit all 6 out of 6 once we figured out where he needed to aim. I just wanted to show it to you because, as I can say, it's like 1 of 700. I don't know how I ended up with a pistol 1 of 700. I'm not a revolver collector. I'm not a Smith collector. I like my 3rd generation Smiths, but I'm not getting rid of this one. I'm going to keep this one. It's kind of neat piece of history.
Oh yeah, especially being 1 to 700, all the cool little marks on it, like having Canadian acceptance marks, and she is a really nice shoot. It's.
I wish it didn't have the rust, but this sounds really stupid. But it almost leads me to believe that this would have been a mounting gun with the rust and the Canadian winters. This thing would be in the leather holster would probably be prone to rusting.
Yep. So.
But internally, it's tight. Either way, thanks for coming. I used to say follow us. Now I got to change that to subscribe because I learned something from people telling me. So subscribe to us on Rumble and YouTube and like,
comment, subscribe.
Right, what he said. Come back, see us soon.